All right, we're
Yeah,
going.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right, baby. Bigfoot. Is he real? Or her?
Yeah.
Or them?
Well, actually, I have a question.
What?
So when they say Bigfoot and Sasquatch and Yeti, the Yeti is different from Bigfoot, but Bigfoot and Sasquatch are the same thing, right?
So the Yeti is like the cold climate snow version.
Right. So
Sasquatch is another name
Sasquatch.
for Bigfoot.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I think
Uh,
Sasquatch is what it might be. One of the Native American languages says Sasquatch instead of Bigfoot. I don't know.
that makes sense. That makes
I'm
sense.
talking out of my ass. I don't know.
Well, actually, let me explain that really quick. When was the first Bigfoot sighting?
So we
1958.
we watched some Bigfoot evidence videos on YouTube before this to kind of get prepared for this. And there was really only like one piece of evidence that was
Good.
debatable. Everything else was obviously just people faking stuff for
Yeah.
attention. Um Okay, so I think we can agree that the Pacific Northwest would make sense as a place for something like Bigfoot to remain undiscovered in cuz I think we've only explored like something like 70 or 80% of the Pacific North, or no, sorry, like there's like 70 or 80% of the Pacific Northwest like wooded area that's not explored.
Uh,
It's so massive. And I mean,
yeah.
I flew over it when I was stationed in Washington, and it is insane. Like I've gone into, and it's some of the oldest woods too. Like some of the trees there are the oldest, like the oldest trees in the world.
Is it like a bunch of redwoods or what?
So near San Francisco, it has like some of the oldest redwoods in the world or something, but tall ass
Yeah,
trees.
yeah, and that's one of the things. So because there's so much stuff that we haven't actually like explored there, um, it makes you wonder like, okay, one, how many of that species are there? Like, are there 1,000? Are there 100? And then of course, is that lowballing it? Because I mean, since there's so much space there that we haven't explored, it's possible there's just a ton of them that are really deep in the woods.
Well, I mean, what was the tiger that they said? What was the breed of tiger?
Uh,
There's a species of tiger that they thought for a long time was not real.
uh,
But they basically said that they haven't been able to find like
the
it's
Bengal tiger.
yeah, the Bengal tiger. Like they're saying
Yeah.
it's like nearly extinct, and they've had such a hard time finding like remains from them that it's used as an example for something like Bigfoot possibly being almost extinct and them hiding their remains or something because they're intelligent enough to do so. But that's going off into the weeds, you know.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll be honest. Before we looked at one of the videos, before we like actually did the podcast, I was like very just like, uh,
Skeptical.
yeah, I did not. I 100% was like Bigfoot's not real. And then we saw one video, and I was like, okay, maybe I was a little wrong because
Yeah. But
Patterson is it Gimlin?
yeah, I think so.
Um, film and it's from the 1960s, and all
67.
the yeah, all the like people that watched the video were like, hey, like we don't have the technology to make a suit that realistic, and to me, it looks like if a gorilla was built more like a person and was walking on 2 feet.
Yeah.
Because with gorillas, like if you look at how they walk, they kind of they don't really look very human, but they're very like they're very hairy, right? And so it's like you
Yeah.
got both those two things, and you just mix them together.
And I mean,
So
I remember watching something with Grandpa before, some documentary about Bigfoot, because that was the type of stuff we would watch, you know, growing up. And it was that guy saying that he was the one who wore this suit, But then they're like, well, where's the suit? And he's like, oh, well, I got rid of it. You know?
Nice. Good
But
job, man.
they made a big deal about him being able to like pass the lie detector, you know?
Yeah, but you can
There's
totally
literally
pass this.
yeah, I mean there's literally like they've always talked about how people back then could just read a book and basically have a pretty good chance of faking a lie detector test, you know?
Yeah, and I would love to see. Is he still alive?
Probably not.
They have some new tests that they can do. Um, I know Joe Rogan was talking about it. I think Vsauce did a video on it, or like he was part of one of his YouTube
Yeah.
Red shows. Um, but it's way more accurate, and it's not like a lie detector test. It's more of like they show you um, an object from the actual scene of the crime or whatever, and if you recognize it, your brain does something, and from there they can go, "Hey, you definitely recognize that object," and the only person who would recognize that is the person who was there. So
Ooh, that's
it's you.
interesting.
Yeah, but
I
I
want
don't know
to
how you could really apply that to the Bigfoot thing.
what here's a rock. You know.
Yeah, but I don't
No,
know.
I'm saying like yeah, I don't think there's any way they
There's
could
probably
apply
a
that to
way.
that situation. Plus it's been
Probably
so
a way.
long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
By the
true.
way, since you mentioned Joe Rogan, I wanted to bring up that somebody commented on our last poll and said stop copying Joe Rogan.
What?
Yeah. I just commented and said please explain.
They explain?
No.
Nice. Okay.
I mean it just
Uh
happened today. I saw it today, but
uh
so I'll let you know.
we're nothing like Joe Rogan, dude. If we start talking about like DMT, then we'd be like Joe Rogan, but we're not talking
Joe
about DMT,
Rogan.
we're talking about Bigfoot. Joe Rogan. Rogan.
You want to hear about
Uh,
the tree that was growing in my toilet pipe?
yeah, have you seen the one where it's he talks about like a deer getting hit by a car or something like that? Dude, like he just brings up the weirdest crap sometimes, man. Does he
Yeah.
believe in Bigfoot? I don't think he believes in Bigfoot, right?
So I think he has said that when he did the Joe Rogan Questions Everything show, one of the episodes was Bigfoot, and he interviewed a lot of people, and he said that the vibe he got was that there was a lot of people who seemed like they wanted to believe something, you know, like they would grasp at things, hoping that it was almost like they just wanted to believe in something greater or mysterious or something, you know. But he also agreed that there's possibility that there were big feet or what I don't know what you would call them plural.
Big
There was a
feet.
species of apes that were huge and have since then gone extinct, you know, because there's so much mention of it in like a legend, you know, like going back hundreds of
Oh,
years.
yeah. So I think you mentioned the Native American stuff. That is where it originally began. Is they kept talking about stuff like that, and people were like, "What the heck are you talking about?" And then
Yeah.
over time, you know, the people who weren't native to the area were like, I think we're seeing what they're talking about. But it was like, once in a great while. And I think now when you see Bigfoot sightings, it's like, oh, this person saw Bigfoot, and then they have this like picture that's 2 pixels, and
Yeah, that's the other thing is like when we first talked about doing this episode, I watched a video and it was like it's from like a month ago. And there's this guy saying that on a fishing trip in like Virginia or something like that, says he saw a Bigfoot. And it literally looks like it could be like there's so many branches and stuff in the way, it literally could just be like a dead bear laying on a log, like blowing in the wind. Like it's just like it's so bad quality and like so obscured, you know?
well, that's why like so in the episode we did on aliens, that's another thing that pops up is that people go, "Oh, I saw this," and then they have like proof of it, and by proof they mean like they have this video they took on a Nokia from 2004. Like it's the worst quality, and it's like, dude, it's like 2021, and that's the best thing you could get. Like, come on. And that's why I'm surprised we haven't seen anything like higher quality. Because even like the crappy phones that you can get, they're still pretty good. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely want to do an episode on the Phoenix Lights, because there's been similar sightings recently in like the last year or something, very similar to the Phoenix
dude,
Lights.
it's probably just SpaceX
But
crap,
it's
dude.
very good quality footage.
But are you talking about the stuff that's been like on TikTok recently, or what?
No, the thing on TikTok that I saw recently, it looked like a meteor breaking up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, they're saying that it was SpaceX.
Really?
Yeah, like a rocket, like did
Breaking up on
something.
re-entry.
Well, that's what happened the first time that people saw that, and it was just SpaceX doing a launch.
Yeah. I mean, you saw like in New York, there was a power plant that exploded. And people thought aliens were invading because the whole sky was glowing blue.
What?
Yeah. The
Power
foot like the
plant.
videos that I saw, people were freaking out, man. Like they thought that the world was ending. Yeah,
Oh,
they thought the world was ending, bro.
what the heck, dude?
It was confirmed to be a power plant exploding though. Like there's footage closer to it, and you can literally
Oh,
see like
yeah, this is
an
2 years
explosion.
ago. Dude, that looks freaking crazy.
Yeah, like I could see how people would think like the world's ending.
I don't get what exactly causes it to be that color though. That's freaking cool. That's so dope,
Yeah, I don't
dude.
know. I know it looks cool.
Um,
Looks like something out of a movie.
yeah, but it's like to me, unless somebody gets like a similar sort of quality to that Patterson. Let me make sure I'm saying the name right. Patterson, is it Gimlin?
Which, by the way, you want to pull that up real quick?
Pat- yeah. So it's the Patterson Gimlin film.
So we'll give it some context. So, like we said, in 1967, this guy in California, like Northern California, which is where like we said, the Pacific Northwest woods
Are you
area
ready for me to?
of the country. Hang on, I was just giving context for the viewers. So up in California, he was like on a fishing trip or something, right? These two
Uh,
guys.
well, yeah, I believe so. Like they were on horseback,
Yeah, they
so
were on
like they were.
horseback, like up in the wooded mountains up there, and they said they saw a Bigfoot, which they claim to be a female for some reason. I don't remember why.
Yeah, they kept saying her. Yeah.
Yeah. And they nicknamed it the Patty footage because of that, because of the whole female thing.
Uh,
Um,
now I get. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, but basically, this footage has been widely debated because back then, to create a suit, it would move the way it did was kind of beyond what you could do in the film industry back then. Um, they
Like even
claimed,
Disney,
yeah,
like, yeah, we can't even do that. Yeah.
was it somebody had claimed that the suit, they were the person in the suit, and that the suit was made by the person who did the special effects and made the
Right.
suits for Planet of the Apes.
Right.
Um, but they said that that was beyond what they could make
Yeah,
because
and
of the way the
so
muscles moved or something, and then
because
yeah, the height of it was ridiculous too. Like it would have to be like an abnormally sized person.
to me the thing that strikes me as it being an ape, the head, it looks like a gorilla head. So
Yeah,
you'll see it. The footage we're gonna show it. Am I going to share it?
yeah. So hang on, let me pull it up.
Okay, so the footage that we're gonna show, it's stabilized. So the original footage is a lot shakier.
Mhm.
Uh, but the main thing to look at here is the Bigfoot type creature uh, in the video because it the way that it walks, the height of it, the way that it looks,
Shape of the
that's super
body.
important.
The
Yeah,
torso is obviously way like it's a it's a huge torso compared to the legs.
yeah,
Um, and the just the way that everything moves, it either has to be a really big person in a really expensive suit for the time, or this is some kind of ape.
or just yeah, like or it's
But
something entirely different. But like to me, it just screams like weird gorilla.
right, like, scientists basically say that the idea that this could be Bigfoot is plausible. So, all
All right,
right, let's take a look.
like that's so
The
weird,
way that it
dude.
turns and looks, but like
Yeah, because to me that part it's like that looks like a person when it looks like a person would do that.
the
So
stance though is like that's a big ass person, man. Those are some long ass arms too.
well, to me, like the way that it moves doesn't necessarily mean it's a person. Like it just looks like it's a smart animal.
Something intelligent.
Yeah, because it it looks like a like okay when a person is walking through like a field or something like that. That's how they walk, or like a big person, right? Like whether
Yeah.
whether they be like super buff or like fat or whatever, right? If they got a lot of weight on them and they're tall, that's how they walk usually. Okay, especially if they're tired. And that's how he's walking, where he's like throwing his arms basically, or her, because apparently it's a girl. Uh, but I mean, the head does not look like a person to me. It looks like a gorilla.
But like we
You know
said,
what?
as far as claimed Bigfoot footage goes, there's nothing else out there that is this clear. Which is funny to say because you go back and find like the unedited footage where it hasn't been colorized or cleared up and it looks like poo poo. But
Dog.
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Do you know what it looks like to me?
What?
You remember that one episode of SpongeBob where Patrick's in the gorilla suit?
Yeah.
It looks like it looks just like that. It just walks. It looks like it's intelligent, man. Like I said, before I saw this part, I was like, Bigfoot's so just not even like in the realm of
Yeah, I mean
possibility.
so where would you say you sit like percentage wise? I would say I'm probably like 80-20 fake.
Yeah,
I could say there's like
yeah,
maybe a 20% possibility
that's about
that,
where I'm at.
and even like I said, even if Bigfoot was even real, I just feel like there can't be many of them or they're extinct. You know, and like a lot of people say they see something, and a lot of people are like that sounds like a bear. You know, like
I mean, because it's entirely possible that it's. Now I'm sounding like Joe Rogan. That it's a giant freaking bear that managed to learn how to walk like a person, but
that
like
right
I
there. And now the
that's
facial
yeah
features on that, like I've seen,
it
if you look at zoomed in footage, there is a face. Like
yeah.
that ain't no
That's why I
bear.
think it's a gorilla, dude. That's why I think it's a gorilla, because gorillas have faces.
That's some mutated ass gorilla, then, man.
It walks
Gorillas,
like a person, dude.
but
It's
gorillas
so weird.
have short limbs compared to their body, and
That's what I'm
that thing
saying.
has
It
some
walks like
long
a
ass
person.
limbs.
It's
Yeah,
like it has the structure of a person, but
you can stop playing it if
it's
you want.
oh,
Switch back.
all you gotta do is yeah, all you do is just screen share.
All right,
There
there
you
we go.
go. But it that's such a weird like piece of evidence because just
You can
it's
see
like
how
after you see that
people
you're like,
got.
wait a minute,
You
dude.
can see how people back in the '60s like got crazy about that. They're like, "Oh my god, Bigfoot's real," you know, and how like it was debate. It was probably all over the news and newspapers. It was probably all anybody was talking about when it happened.
I just the way that it turns and looks like it's making sure that nobody's like following him. Like that is so. That's probably the only piece of evidence that would actually like change someone's mind. I think because that's hard to fake. And if it does look fake to you, that's probably because it's the stabilized version. This is just so it's easier to see the actual like shape of the figure. But freaking
Yeah, I don't know. It just the quality of cameras back then makes it really hard, especially at the distance and everything, to see like whether it really looks like a suit or not.
it
I'm
looks really
50-50.
clear for the time, dude.
Well, cause that
Because
that is Yeah.
It's not digital. It's chemical film. So it's like pretty much taking the light itself and not like converting it or anything. That's so freaking crazy. I don't even know what to say about that. Like that's
After we watched those videos and listened to people talk about it and how like if it was a suit, like that raises many questions alone about like where the hell did somebody get a suit like that, you know? And the
yeah.
stance that it walks in, the footprints that they found fit a pattern, but footprints are so easy to fake, man.
Yeah, and they literally talked about how like they would get like sandals and then put giant feet under them or like tape them or
Well, that
glue
was
them or
just
whatever.
one guy who was claiming, and then he was like, "Oh, it's a hoax."
Yeah, but I'm sure plenty of people can do that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like the thing with that specific case is that either people started to copy that one footprint wise, or I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
there was definitely a pattern after that where people found footprints and it was like, oh, there's this arch in the middle because when it walks, its feet are so big that like when it like you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense the way that I'm trying to describe it.
oh,
You would like
like it's
the foot is so big that when they take a step, the arch for it leaves such a big gap that it's like an imperfect footprint.
I
There's like
like
an
how
arch in it.
that's the feature they care about the most is how big his feet are.
Yeah, I know.
This
That's
man
how it got
got
its
big
name.
feet.
Hey, yo.
He got big
He
feet.
got big old feet. Yeah. No, it's
Well, I mean, it could be. It really could just be like a really big dude. Like it's not like tall people don't exist. Like it's that's
yeah,
Shaq is freaking ginormous. But I mean, what? How about this?
could definitely be a
How
person in a suit, man.
how big are Shaq's feet?
That they said those footprints are 18 inches.
He's a size 23,
So
which I don't know
does
what that means.
I mean isn't
Size, how
it
long is this?
aren't men's foot sizes just inches?
No. A size.
Like how
There's a size.
23-inch feet? I'm like, wait a minute, that's like 2 feet.
a, a, s- a size 23 foot is 15 inches.
Damn,
So this
bro.
thing has big feet, bro. It
But
has huge feet.
but if you're wearing a suit, that would add a couple. That could add 2.5 inches. Shaq's running around in a suit.
Well, I mean,
Bro, have you seen
who?
that video of Shaq like drinking a water bottle?
Yeah, it's like super freak.
He's
Dude,
holding it with like
dude,
3 fingers. He's like,
dude. There's this thing at Best Buy where it's a printer, okay? And this specific printer, what you do is you pour the ink in instead of it being in the cartridges.
yeah,
And the picture, I'll screen share this because I think it's funny. It's a picture of
I'm not
Shaq
ready.
holding his printer, and it's this freaking like it's the weirdest. There it is. I
All right,
freaking
ready?
love this ad.
Start screen sharing.
There you go. It's that. Look how small that printer is in his hand, man.
Dude, look up Shaq water bottle. Bro, click that first one. Click the first one, bro. Look at
He's
that, man. That's like one gulp for him, bro. That is so crazy, man. He's a massive human being, man. How old is he? His life expectancy has to be pretty bad. Or you know what I mean? Like his
uh,
he because they've pretty much proven that the bigger of a person you are, like the longer or like the shorter
well,
your lifespan,
you
because
know
your
why,
body,
right?
because your heart and everything has to
Yeah,
work like way harder.
way
You know,
harder. Yeah.
Shaq's like body has to literally work like 2 or 3 times harder than mine.
Um. Well, that's the thing. Like
He's literally like
an
two of me.
animal, an animal like that though. Like if it's normally like that, That's freaking insane because that means its heart has to be like really freaking strong.
Well, I mean, the guy who is recorded as the tallest person to ever live died at like 30 something
Yeah.
because he was still growing and his body just couldn't handle it.
Well, he was like 8 feet tall though, dude.
He was like 8'6" or something, right? 8'3". I want to say
I
he
thought
was
it was
like
8'11.
eight
Well, I had it.
eleven.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
eight
gonna say
eleven.
he was 8'11". The poor guy, dude. Bro,
Dude, he had to get his clothes tailored like just for him, bro. That's the thing that sucks the most because that means his clothes were expensive.
click that picture. Like
Oh God,
what?
that's the shortest person ever, or maybe this is the shortest person ever.
I thought
But
something inappropriate popped up.
no, no,
So this
dude.
is the tallest person living right now, right?
Yeah,
He might not even
yeah.
be alive anymore. But yeah, that's the tallest.
Oh yeah, the picture's in black and white. I don't think he's alive anymore,
No,
man.
I'm talking about the one with the smallest person and the biggest dude
Oh,
in the same picture.
this one.
Yeah,
Uh,
I wonder if that tall guy's even alive anymore. What's his name? I will bet you right now. A gifted sub. That guy's dead. 8'9".
Sultan Kosin.
Yeah, look him up. I bet you a gifted sub. He's dead.
Still alive. He's 38.
He's alive?
Yeah.
Oh well, he's only 38 though. I thought he looked older because his hair's already gray.
No, it's not. No, it's not, dude.
It's turning gray.
It's brown.
Okay, I can't see very well on here.
Hold on.
Cut this out of the podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, it's a little gray.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of gray. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the one that's like, yeah. See, he's got some
Yeah.
gray.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh yeah, gifted sub.
Dude, could you imagine being that tall?
I wouldn't want to, man. I would much rather be the height that I am right now than that tall.
Well, that's the thing. I wonder if there's like a sweet spot because
Dude, he's probably
like-
got terrible back problems. He has to lean through every doorway he walks through.
he has a cane, dude. What do you expect? Yeah, like look at man has a cane.
Yeah. Does a cane mean
But-
back problems? Like, I feel like a cane usually means leg problems.
It can mean both, dude. A cane is support.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess he could be standing up straight for the picture.
Yeah.
Here, click the one.
What?
There's one where he's wearing like a gray t-shirt.
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah. Click that one. That looks like it's like his normal posture. You see how? Yeah. That's rough, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I wonder if there's a sweet spot where like okay, because you know there's that meme of like, girls will only date dudes who are like over 6 feet or whatever. I wonder if they sit
Yeah,
in a
switch
spot
back.
where it's. Oh yeah. I wonder if they switch. Yeah, there you go. If they sit in a spot where it's like, their life expectancy is still okay, but I don't know, man.
I mean,
I wonder if
I'm
being,
pretty
like,
sure
our height is better.
if you look at the oldest people living right now,
They're all,
they're below average height.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact because that's always been my comeback to people like, you're short AF. I'm like, well, I'm gonna outlive you, man. Like, I'll throw some flowers on your grave.
that's what I always say, because to me it's like, or when someone's like, man, I don't like being short, it's like, dude, like,
I literally look like I'm like 16. I'm 25. Like, you just
you
age
know what?
slower.
Dude, that's the thing. Whenever I'm at work, people, like, there's times where I think at least once a day, how old are you? 19. Oh, I thought you were too young to work here or something. Okay, that makes sense. I was like every single time, just I'm like,
Yeah.
I get it a lot. Like,
I mean, I get it all the time. They're like, I thought you were 16.
Yeah.
People come into my Twitch chat, they do the exclamation point age, like, dude, I thought you were like 10 years younger.
well, no, there's a couple times someone has been like, can you drive? I'm like, yeah. It's like, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Like, what? What
Yeah,
are
I know.
you sure?
The guy when I went to the DMV, The guy was like, "Is it your first time getting a driver's license?" I was like, "No, I've been driving for almost 10 years."
Oh, that's weird.
We get our
That's
permit at
weird.
15 and a half. So,
Yeah.
in
Oh man.
Arizona, yeah.
Well, that means
He was just like,
did you start? You started driving when I was 9?
"Yep." When you were
No.
9
What?
years old, everybody's like, "Get off the streets."
Oh, well, you know what I remember? I remember mom would have you drive around sometimes, and there was one time where like we were driving through the neighborhood and someone started yelling. I think mom started yelling or Amanda started yelling or something.
Somebody, oh
And
yeah, yeah. No, somebody was
yeah,
like, "Slow down."
no, that was different. You're talking about that time when you were showing
Oh, when I was in
you
the
were showing me
Mustang,
the
yeah.
car. Yeah, and I'm talking about when you first started driving. Like one of us in the car was like freaking out because something was gonna happen. Either you were gonna hit somebody or you were driving too fast or something. And I didn't have any idea what was going on, so I like thought we were gonna get into an accident or something because I just heard somebody. Like I said, it was either mom or I think it was mom that was just like
Somebody
yelling,
started
telling.
freaking out.
Yeah, someone started freaking out, like thinking you were gonna get us into an accident, and so I thought we were gonna get into an accident.
Yep,
But yeah, dude, you
crazy
know
man.
what though? I okay. Back to what we were talking about before. Now I think about it, if Bigfoot is actually like super freaking tall, it kind of makes me wonder if those things were smarter, would they would they be able to like beat the crap out of us, like just like take us down as like a species?
Oh yeah, dude. You know how strong they have to be?
But no, I don't mean like beat. I mean like when I say beat the crap out of us, I mean like take over. Like you know how they say like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
because that's I mean
If
there's
there
not
was
enough of them
enough of
though.
them. Yeah, if there was
Yeah,
enough of them, but there's not.
and that makes me wonder though, like how many are there though?
Like I said, there has to not be very many, or else we would find them.
Yeah, I
Statistically,
mean
we would have found one if there was a certain amount. Like they said, there has to be like less than 1,000,
less than 1,000.
less than 1,000 for us to not
Is
find
that
them
even
right now.
is that even viable though? Like I know there was the whole
That
Bengal
they
tiger
said that,
thing.
yeah, the Bengal tiger. There's less than that. There's like 500 left or something. Estimated. I like how they always pull these numbers out of their butt. Like, oh yeah, there's only this approximately this many tigers left, and it's like just because you only found two within a square amount of like square mile range or something.
You know what? So that video, they kept saying it was a girl. If that's the girl Bigfoot, what does the dude Bigfoot look like? That's what I want to know. Because either it's what's it called? Is it a matriarchy where it's the girls that are more
like
powerful?
like lions. Wait,
I
no,
think,
no. Well, lions, the women do the hunting, right? The females do the hunting.
dude, I'm not a doctor. I don't freaking
I
know.
say
I
women, but women literally says like men in
female.
it. Yeah, female.
Um,
Yeah,
well,
female.
female has the word male in it.
Yeah, but male is like, isn't it a derivative of mammal or something?
No,
Talking out about both.
I mean, because you can have a female.
I'm just saying, I
Uh,
think the word came from something to do with mammal.
I don't know. Once again, I don't freaking know. I'm not a doctor. I wouldn't know.
A
But
doctor.
I
I didn't go to
either way,
college.
if girl Bigfoot looks like that, either dude Bigfoot is massive or uh girl Bigfoot is the one that wears the pants.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I don't know, man.
Either way,
Like I said,
I
80-20. I'm going
that
80-20.
that video definitely changes things for me because that's pretty freaking scary. Now that I think
Scary?
about it. Yes, because that's dude. It looks like a person, but like gorillafied. Because it's like it's got the hair of a gorilla, the head of a
Okay,
gorilla,
like put it
but it's
this way.
built like a
If I walked outside right now and I just saw one walk across the road, yeah, I'd poo my pants. That's a big person or a big
well,
animal
so,
in a
so
scary looking suit.
if you shoot a bear, it like you'd have to shoot it a bunch of times to kill it, right?
Hmm.
So I'd
But
assume the same thing would apply to
I
Bigfoot,
think
right?
I think the thing with bears though is there's so much like mass to them. Like okay, like Uncle Mark, he said that they had gotten like a pig or something. Okay, I don't know if it was like I think it was Uncle Mark. The, again, my memory is not the greatest, but I remember him telling a story about how there was a pig or whatever that they had gotten, and he was just kind of like chilling in the backyard, and the dogs were back there too, and this pig would come and like it got to the point where the pig would like steal the dog's food, and if the dogs tried to get the food, the pig would like bite at them and all kinds of stuff. Pigs are nasty animals, man. They'll rip your face off if they need to. You know what I mean? Like they're pretty
Well,
vicious.
yeah, yeah.
And he said that he shot the pig because it was like going after one of the dogs, and like the pig ran off, and he found it a couple days later, like just fine. So he shot it again, and it ran off, and like it like he had to he finally like chased it down and shot it a couple times finally to kill it. But like when there's an animal with that much mass to it and that much like fat, for some reason like it's just it could take a lot more bullets. You know, I mean, it makes sense. So
Well, it depends on the caliber as well, right?
oh yeah,
I mean,
obviously
like a
that too. Like
22.
that's why they make like guns. They make calibers that are they call it
Well,
like an
that's
elephant
why
gun or something.
like 45 and 50 are like harder hitting,
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
50.
the jokes in the military, we always joked around that 45 was we called them guerrilla rounds because like they're like, oh no, these bullets will like kill a gorilla, you know, like they're big boy rounds.
Yeah, but that's freaking scary, dude. That's I don't know. The only reason why I know about like calibers is because of Fallout and like PUBG and stuff like that.
PUBG,
And I
yeah,
just
because you have to pick up the types
yeah
of ammo.
yeah. Which in Call of Duty they just barely started putting the calibers of the ammo you got,
Kinda.
kinda. So
It's more of in like the statistics, you know, like they'll mention it.
well, and either way,
There's definitely guns in Call of Duty that like when you look at the caliber, you're like that should be way worse than this other gun, and it's not, you know.
dude, you know what gun sucks way more than it should? The freaking I think it's the M82, which is basically just the Barrett. That thing does no damage.
Dude, I was just watching a video. This is totally off topic. I was watching a video. There's a 20 like a 20 times scope you can put on that gun, and like it literally zooms in so far that if you're on like normal to low settings, like it won't render in all the way when you zoom in with it. And there's like literally like people getting shot like a mile away, and they're just like, what the hell, like where, like you know, like they're just getting shot from like a mile away. It's not even fair, you know, like it's like some battlefield type shots that people are making.
Are you gonna get a 3080 or 3090?
3080 Ti.
Well, because I was talking to Wheelhouse and he was saying that they're thinking about putting the 3080 Ti, like the chips that they're setting aside for the 3080 Ti, they're gonna put them into 3090s and just sell those.
They would still have to not, they still can't call them 3090s.
Well, no, they it's the same chip. It's just that 3080 Ti has less memory, I think.
I think it has less memory and something else like CUDA cores or something.
I don't freaking know, dude. He just said it in passing. I don't know.
I heard that they're supposed to announce the 3080 Ti next month.
Yeah.
That's the rumor I saw.
Or well, they're supposed to announce it, but I don't think it comes out till mid-May.
Either way, as soon as they announce it, I'm gonna start making moves.
You're
So
gonna have to you're gonna have to look into like getting in touch with somebody or getting a bot, which is what we kept looking at because it's the only way to get one now.
I got a content creator buddy who said he would put me in touch with somebody.
Okay.
So
Dude, I want to upgrade my graphics card, but I don't know if it's worth putting the money in it.
yeah,
Well,
it's
cause dude,
expensive.
I mean like I started doing that crypto mining now, and I mean it's kind of worth it. Like I don't know.
I get what you're
Have you
saying.
have you looked into it at all?
No, I don't.
Into it?
Uh,
I mean, to be fair, I have a bunch of hardware that I just don't use, so I
it's already
probably
hot
won't.
enough in here with my normal PC running. I don't need something running constantly.
That's fair. That's fair. Anyways, Bigfoot, 2080. 20%, could be 80%.
I could even go lower. I could go 90-10,
I think 20, because
20.
that video is pretty hard to fake.
I don't want to say it's pretty hard. I just want to say that like it's definitely, you can't dismiss it.
It looks smart, man. That's the thing that bugs me the most, because it's like, could you imagine if gorillas walked around like that and they were smart enough to like look to see if anyone was following
Every
them? Like, that's
every
insane.
time you say gorilla, I just think of that video. Where are the zookeepers? The two gorillas are fighting.
Oh,
Where are
dude,
the zookeepers?
I saw this video where some guy at a zoo. It was one of those zoos where like they don't have the fence. It's just like they have like a little trench of water, and so the monkeys are on a hill, and then the spectators are on the another hill, and there's that trench. The zookeeper threw a freaking banana, and I guess he didn't really aim that well, and it landed on a monkey's head. And the monkey freaked out.
Have you seen
Monkeys,
dude, they're crazy strong,
they're
man.
scary, man. There's that story about that chick that got her face ripped off by her friend's chimp.
In traffic, dude.
Oh no, it wasn't in traffic.
Yeah, she was in a, like, I'm pretty sure I've seen like the video footage of a helicopter circling around like after the aftermath, cop cars and stuff around like on a freeway or
No,
something.
no. The video, the story I'm talking about, it was this girl who had a chimp, and or not a girl, it was a woman who had a chimp, and her friend came over, and the chimp got mad at her, and ripped her face off.
I think it's the one that I'm thinking of because I've seen
Oh.
the picture of the lady afterward because her face got reconstructed. It's all messed up.
I mean, I'm sure it happens enough for those stories to get mixed up.
I think
But
we're talking about the same one. It might have just been some generic ass news footage.
yeah, like some
You
random
know,
B-roll.
it smells like, dude, I don't know what it is. It smells like Cheerios in here. You know what I'm talking about?
Like wheat.
I guess.
Like,
That's
I
what
don't
Cheerios
know.
are, right?
I think.
Uh,
I don't know.
Good God, it's time to end this. I'm tired, dude. I had today was my first day doing a 6-hour morning stream, so.
Well, they said it was pretty crazy today.
Yeah, my internet kept going out. But dude, did you see GTA roleplay? Did you see me playing it?
No, dude, I've been sleeping like crazy. I've been tired for some reason.
Bro, you gotta go watch some of the footage. I'm sure. Yeah, well, I'll link you the highlights when the editor makes it. But
Okay.
bro, it like I went to jail. I was in jail, and there's all these there's all these people from my community in the server. It's like I go in there, and there's this guy, and he's like, "Danny, did you give me a candy bar?" Like in the jail cell.
So did you roleplay like an actual like?
I was just a
person?
gangster. Yeah, I was just a gangster, bro.
Your name was still Danny in it, or what?
Yeah. Well, it just
Okay.
shows a number. It doesn't show a name. But like
Oh.
we kept getting in trouble because they're like the problem is the server that we've been playing on.
Wasn't very secure.
It's not that it's very secure. It's just it's not like a high end server. Like it's not like No Pixel where like there's so many people working on it that it's like if there's one problem like a bunch of people fix it. Like if too many people crowd around each other, they like disperse because the server will start lagging. So like there's like we got in a bus and there's like
Oh God.
there's like half the bus full, and like we had this guy who was like from the Middle East, or at least role playing as somebody from the Middle East, and he's like, "This is Habibi, I will drive the bus," and like he's like. He's driving around, dude. Like, and we got pulled over, and he didn't have a license. And so, like, dude, he's on trying to explain. He's like, "My name is Habibi. I am not from here." And they're like, "Well, sir, like, your vehicle is not registered. This and that. You don't have a license." He's like, "I rented this bus," and Lucky Pump. You know Lucky Pump?
Yeah.
So he's the one who got me into this server, and I guess Landon is a cop on it. So Landon will like switch between civilian and cop. Landon freaking arrested me or pulled us over, man. But I got in trouble because I didn't know during peacetime you're not allowed to like steal vehicles and stuff. And so like we were at a traffic we got pulled over because of the bus, right? And like while Habibi is like outside with his hands up, like being talked to,
Habibi.
I switched into the driver's seat and hauled ass onto the train tracks, and like they got mad. They're like, all right, you can't, like, during peacetime you can't do that. Like, that's against the rules. So like it's a
Oh,
warning.
got throws of the service or the
Yeah,
service.
I didn't know during peacetime. I thought during peacetime you just couldn't shoot or like whatever. But I did run over Habibi by accident because he tried to get back on the bus. But dude, and then like while the
You don't
cops
have a
talking,
license while he's driving a bus full of people. That's
bro.
insane.
Then we got into a plane. We got into a plane. Went to the airport. All of us got into a plane.
Habibi as well?
Yeah, Habibi was like,
Oh no.
Habibi, can I get on plane? There's not enough seats. So the cops show up because I don't know why the cops showed up, but we like all dispersed. I like stole somebody's car and just dipped. Like, and then we got a bigger plane, right? And so like we fly and it literally lasted like 10 seconds.
Did you crash the plane?
No, like we flew. We took off, and like immediately somebody just jumps out, starts parachuting, and then dude, and then like all of a sudden the plane starts smoking, and Habibi is jumping out of the plane. All of a sudden everybody starts jumping out. And the plane just starts nosediving, dude. And then like I land in the water and I don't know the mechanics to like surface. So I hit the water so hard, right? Because I'm like, I don't know how to pull my chute. I don't know. I just hit the water. Then I die, right? You know, and so I'm like floating in the water, like sinking. I'm like, oh no, what do I do? Like, you know, it's like I'm literally dead, just floating there, like waiting to be respawned. And I keep respawning, but I don't know how to surface. So like every time I almost get to the surface, I die again. But yeah, no, I'm gonna maybe I'll show you some of it after this. It was so funny, dude.
Well, I
But
mean, so we'll have to see about getting me on that server. That way, I can play it with you. But the only thing I'm worried about is people doing stupid crap on there because I know like CS:GO and Rust are very prone to that. I don't know
like
how
toxic
prone.
people.
Yeah, like people saying the N word
So
and stuff like that.
I read into it and they said that on roleplay type games, they understand that people will like do things like that. So as long as you make an effort to get the person banned and stuff like that, it's okay. Like I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying like you're not gonna get banned for somebody coming up to you and saying that, as long as you make an effort to like make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Well,
So
because someone said that some guy kept driving by on a bike and just saying the N word like crazy.
yeah, and then the thing is though is like the admin was like they want me to do an interview to be a cop and then like go on a ride along next time I play. So that'll be fun. But anytime something happened, the admin would literally like hop on the server and come over and be like, "Hey, what happened? Who did it? Sorry, you know."
Yeah. All right. You have to send me a link to get on that server because I would definitely be down to play. But other than that, good to
Bigfoot,
end.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably not real, but who knows?
Well, yeah, I think it's pretty improbable, but that footage is still pretty crazy. I think that's really good evidence.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I definitely think we should just. I honestly think that maybe we should just change this to Cool Ranch Corner, so we could talk about whatever.
Yeah, and the conspiracy stuff can still be like a good topic to start off on, and then after that we talk about whatever. I'm down.
It doesn't even
I'm
have to be
totally
conspiracy. We can literally just start the topic that didn't
down.
go wherever.
Yeah, that's or we'll do like a conspiracy episode every once in a while, just sort of.
Yeah, because I feel like if we keep relying on the conspiracy stuff, we're gonna run out of topics. Or good topics.
Yeah.
I got hiccups.
Well, yeah.
But
Okay. We so for those that don't know, we tried doing a Men in Black episode, and we couldn't because there was not enough information there. Like it was literally one video that looked like garbage.
it turned into
then,
like a 15-minute conversation, and then it was like, all
yeah,
right, what do we talk about now? So
yeah. So I completely understand why you'd want to do that.
yeah,
So how about this? Next episode, we will have the title as Cool Ranch Corner, and we will have a different topic.
I
And
could go
then
back and change the titles of the YouTube videos to just Cool Ranch Corner because it makes the titles shorter. So
do you need me to redo the thumbnail?
no,
No.
no, I can
Okay.
literally just. I mean, we'll figure it
Well,
out.
because we have to redo the overlay. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I mean,
But
I think the thing is like the thumbnails definitely need to be like a logo smaller and like our faces bigger stuff, you know. And like put random topic stuff like for this one we could put like GTA and like stuff like that, you know.
yeah.
Because we
Alright,
talked about
well,
GTA for like a solid 10 minutes. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna show you some of the footage after this.
yeah. Thanks,
Oh,
Habibi.
dude, I hope like some like Wheelhouse and Lost Reckless hated it because they were like he was annoying, he wouldn't shut up. But I was like, dude, I loved it.
Well, I'm sure it's fun for the person that's actually like playing it out.
Lucky Pump was trying so hard to like do this like accent, but it just wasn't really doing anything. He was just like, yeah, you know, like talking like, let's go over there, or like, you know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I would do. I could do like a Russian dude.
Bro, I gotta
or-
show you like when the so basically what happened was like all moves. It's like getting stream sniped, right? You move somewhere, and then all of a sudden everybody like kind of migrates over there. To because they want to interact with you, and like so like we go over here, we're like chilling, and then like we all start pulling out guns, you know, because they're like, oh, peacetime's over, you know, and then this guy rolls up in a car, and I was like, hey, get out of here, and the guy just started revving his car like, and I just shot the window, and everybody just started freaking out, shooting each other. The guy like runs over somebody kills him. He's just like sitting there dead, and like the cops show up, and the guy like so the admin pulled me aside. He's like, hey, so just so you know, have you read the rules? And I was like, I kind of skimmed through them. He's like, so engagement rules are like, if you're gonna pull a gun on somebody, you have to basically be like, put up your hands, and if they don't put their hands up, then you can like, you know, escalate it. But if they put their hands up, basically you can only hold them for like 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes, if you don't let them go, like they can basically be like, hey, you know, he like held me hostage or whatever for no reason, and then you get in trouble for like kidnapping. So
Well, when you say get in trouble, do you mean like
you go to
with
jail.
worth it?
Well, I mean, if you violate the rules though, like after so many warnings, they'll just you get like temporarily banned from the server, and then every time the ban gets worse and worse until you get perma banned.
Dude, you should be like a double agent. You could be part of a gang. You'd be like a dirty cop like that, where you, dude.
That's basically what Landon was doing. He was chilling with us. It was funny because he had like a ponytail and a beard, and then when he was a cop, he was like clean shaven and everything. Like it was funny, man. It's
Like,
like
just switch back and forth.
I was like, dude, this cop sounds like Landon. And then all of a sudden, Landon comes up. Hey, I heard you guys got pulled over, and I was like, you son of a bitch. It was him. He did a good job.
Yeah.
Cause he was super serious and was like, you guys were like, you know, you guys were going like 100 miles an hour and like a 65.
I'll have to re-download GTA then. We'll figure out how to do it later, but let me know next time you're gonna do it so that I can maybe hop on.
Okay.
Other than that, I think we're good to go ahead and end it here.
Yeah. So you heard it here first. Next episode will just be called Cool Ranch Corner.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Until
Later, guys.
next time.